Hey y'all, I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
Hunters, this is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
And my
Rossy.
favorite bands from Australia.
My two favourite podcasters,
Braggy and Curly.
Braggy and
Rossy.
Curly.
On the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered Podcast.
And Rossy.
Let's get started, shall we? So, hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 150 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered Podcast. We've got a great band from Penrith, the western suburbs of Sydney, close to the Blue Mountains, joining us tonight.
It's the heart of Sydney, isn't it, Curly?
It's the heart of Sydney football at the moment, let's be honest. So there's a fair bit of discipline and good talent out that way. So we're looking forward to having a chat with the Dirty Mindsets. And but before we do, let's welcome in the co-hosts. We've got Braggy from Adelaide. And of course, we've got the celebrity roadie, Rossy himself from Sydney. How are you, boys?
Excellent, Curly.
Fabulous.
Very good.
Lovely to see you and Braggy. You both looking
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Was it because we had a week off last week because of why? Why do we have the week off, Curly?
I was pretty busy. I was pretty busy last week.
Yeah, we're in our separate corners, right? So there was a maroon corner and there was a blue corner. And judging on some of Rossy's Facebook posts, I did not want to be in the blue corner.
No.
And I certainly don't want to poke the bear, but
No.
But seriously, and from a Queenslander, I was sitting here and I was dead set worried because that was one of the toughest performances out of any New South Wales side that I've seen. And I think they dominated the game for probably 46 minutes. And the turning point for me was when DCE took that intercept. And once that happened and Coates scored, I thought game over. Yeah, that was it.
Is it true that not even Queenslanders like DCE?
Oh, we love him now.
I love him.
We love him now. We never used to. When he backflipped, when he backflipped on the Titans, we didn't love him.
No, that's right.
I saw the game differently. I thought it was all over after the national anthem.
I thought it was all over after about 8 minutes, to be honest. I was going, it's gone now. It's all over.
And the boys from Penrith, you tend to agree with that. 8 minutes in, you were thinking it was done?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. As soon as that send off, I was ready to fucking go home. Like
I was good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh well. And Rossy, you had your album launch on Sunday. How'd that go?
Yeah, pretty good. We played this really tiny little place in Sydney called the Mosh Pit. It was fabulous. And because it's being cagey, smart old men, we play on the Sunday of the long weekend and we go 3 till 6, right? So you play on the Sunday of the long weekend and you get the old people out of bed and they can get home by 8 o'clock. It's fantastic. It's a genius move. And we filled the place. It was fantastic.
I did see Mosh Pit had
the
an
bar,
album launch. What band is that? I did see Mosh Pit had an album launch. What was the band?
Band's called Jupiter 5.
Oh yeah, I did see that stuff on this weekend.
Yeah, and the reason, and they loved it because the old blokes who come in can afford to drink, and that's the thing about venues, right? As young guys go to pay $10 to see a band, but with young people's wages, you can't afford to buy too many $10 schooners, can you?
Yeah, or $13 or $15.
That's the problem, right? So they're very happy to see all these 60-year-old blokes turning up because they're full of cash and just ready to get on the terps, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were very happy at the end of the night, I'm here to tell you.
And one of your supports got sick?
Blown out. Didn't get sick. Their daughter caught glandular fever, and I hope Rebecca's daughter is okay. She was in hospital on a respirator. It was quite scary, actually. Yeah. We had our mates, the Dark Clouds, play with us, who are a great rock and roll band, the Dark Clouds. Yeah.
And I noticed in your marketing that you talked about the granddads walking on stage to blow it, kick ass or something. So
we had this guy who's a punk he runs a lot of punk shows. Sean St. Leon, right? And Sean saw us in Wollongong. We were playing the Dapto Dogs. He said he saw these old blokes walk on stage who looked like someone else's grandfathers. Then we played all this fuzzed out 60s garage stuff, and it just took him by surprise. But someone else on the I-94 bar website said, it's nice to see a bunch of old farts having a crack.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Braggy, I do have to ask, how's the album going for you guys? Last time we spoke, it was being released on the Friday.
Yep.
So,
It's going well for a band that doesn't really play live much together, only once a year. So yeah, we're happy with it. We're happy that it's out in the universe now.
It's so hard to get it to that stage, mate. You should be really proud of
Yeah,
yourself.
I am, mate. Yeah. Some good songs on there. And it's the best thing is it's just a heap of fun, you know. That's why we do it.
I was thinking today.
Sorry?
Did it take you long to make it? The album?
From conception, probably two years, maybe 1.5 years. But to record it, it's 2 weeks. It's a party. It's a 2-week party in paradise somewhere usually. So yeah, Jordan, we just a bunch of my brother and some other mates who some live in Queensland, some live in New South Wales. I'm in Adelaide. So we kind of write things across the interwebs, get together for a 2-week holiday and make an album. It's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of fun. So awesome. Let's talk to the band. So we've got Dylan, Jordan, Blake, and John. So how are you, boys? Good to see you, and welcome to the podcast.
Yeah,
thank you for having us. Good to be here.
Boys, I'm usually the one who gets the first question, and my question is always the same. It's has it always been a thing for you? When did it start for you? Was it always in your house, or did you have to find it some other way? Or
so we might start with Dylan.
Dylan, yeah.
Me. I got a lot of my music inspiration from my auntie and uncle. Like my favorite band of all time is Green Day, and they're the ones that first introduced me to Green Day. And then I started liking that kind of music then. And then there was one Christmas where Mum and Dad decided, let's get them a guitar from like Toys R Us and see how it goes. And then kind of just started from there, and that's about it. Just been playing ever since. I was in year 4, year 5, I don't know. Late primary school, so I've been playing for a while.
So it's always been a thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Green Day, that's a good way. It's a good place to start. It comes out in your music. I can hear that. So
yeah, I feel like I have a lot of subconscious, inspiration from that when I write music. So
everyone's influences. You wear your heart in your sleeve. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan.
Well, he literally does have it on his sleeve, I think.
Awesome. I do.
But you have to show us.
Oh yeah, I do. That's a bit of,
a
bit of Green Day in there and shit. Yeah, it's all right.
There's a thing called Tubi. Do you know Tubi? It's like this free streaming service. And I was watching this. It's like Netflix, but it's free. And there's all these music docos on there. And I watched one last week about the East Bay punk scene, and Billy Joe and all that, and like Rancid and all those guys came through that. It's really interesting to see all of Billy Joe's history with like Trey and those guys before Green Day. And like how all that came together.
And all that,
all that stuff. And like all the whole scene that came up around Green Day and Rancid and all those local bands. So look at Tubi. Look, it's called. It's about the East Bay punk scene. It's fantastic. If you love Green Day, you'll love the doc.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Love it. What about you, Jordan? How did it kick off for you?
Well, it was always around because of my dad. Dad's been playing guitar since like he was in high school, and he was big into like Aussie rock and 80s rock, and he was always pushing me to learn, and I just wouldn't have a bar of it. And then one day I heard a Linkin Park song I really wanted to learn, and I was like, "Oh, Dad, can you show me how to play like this?" And just picked up the bass and I started learning that.
What sort of 80s stuff was your dad making you listen to? What sort of 80s stuff?
It was mostly Chisel.
Yeah. You're an Australian from Penrith, of course it was.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Chisel, Jimmy Valentine, Moss,
Yeah. It's not a bad way to start.
Yeah, and it's interesting because there is Aussie rock. I think every musician in Australia is influenced in some way, shape, or form. They may not admit it at times by Aussie rock, and you can hear the strokes in songs.
You can be influenced by Green Day all you like, but if you grew up in Penrith and you start playing with a bunch of other 4 guys from there, it's going to sound Aussie.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. That's what I love. Blakey.
I don't know. Music, like most of my music inspiration, like I didn't have any as a kid. I kind of found my own music. The only music I listened to as a kid was whatever the radio was playing on my drive to school. My mum never played it throughout the house or anything like that. So probably in high school when I started actually playing music, when I first got my first little $50 secondhand Epiphone off my parents for Christmas. Pretty much high school, I just started listening to more music and just found whatever sort of mixed and mashed in my ears sounded good. And then I made my own little taste from there, I guess. Similar to Jordan, though, I did like what my grandfather, whenever I found myself in the car with him, either, on my way to Saturday morning footy, he'd be playing the Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses on repeat. Those two, just pumping up Pink Floyd too. So I guess maybe even as a kid, if I hated it then, it's bled through, and that's inspired me a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's funny how people like even if there's no music in the home, somehow, somewhat, it'll find you and
osmosis.
Yeah. And when it hits you, you'll either be
There's always a spark somewhere. So whether it's hearing that Linkin Park song that just sort of goes, wow, So John, what about yourself?
Yeah, much like Dylan. Growing up as a kid, I never really had anyone in particular that was musical in the family. But I do have an older brother who, at the time, we didn't really speak much, but music was one of those things that we kind of got along with. He still has it to this day. He's since moved out, but I still have some of his old CDs. And a lot of the CDs he had actually left behind, I had actually started listening to. A lot of bands like Rancid, as what was mentioned earlier, Suicidal Tendencies. Yeah. So a lot of punk, a bit of metal too, like a lot of like Slayer, Opeth, A Perfect Circle.
Cool.
Granted, I have moved away from that kind of stuff, but I still appreciate it here and there. But it was only until high school when I actually had the means to actually get access to like meeting other fellow musos and actually getting behind a kit for the first time. That was when I really truly found what I really liked playing, and from there it's just kind of grown into this, really.
Yeah. Who are your favorite drummers?
Favorite drummers. Classic drummers, you can't go wrong with Buddy Rich. I love his stuff. I'm really digging the swing at the moment.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah. I've just been listening to a lot of Bing Crosby lately and Frank Sinatra, a lot of that era.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That comes out in your music.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know what? No, man. If you learn how to swing, that's in everything, man. Yeah, fucking AC/DC swung like a bastard.
Any drummer with his soul can play a good shuffle, man. If you can play a shuffle.
Yeah,
and I guess, Braggy, seeing you mention swing, one of their songs has that little bit of swing attached to it. So, keep going, but sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, I'm still working on my Rosanna shuffle, admittedly. So,
that's a hard.
So you have to get the Purdy shuffle part done, and then you have to do the Fool in the Rain part.
Fool in the Rain bottom. Yeah, it's all the one thing, really, isn't it? That's three.
Exactly. I feel like it's a prerequisite. Until then, I'm just gonna, just keep doing my thing, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Except Rossy, Rosanna, the kick drum in Rosanna is got the.
It's actually Fool in the Rain.
It's got the bow. No, the kick drum's got the Bo Diddley beat. In Rosanna.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. But like Jeff Porcaro, man, he's freak.
Oh,
he's a freak.
one of the best like session drummers. He's fantastic.
And you know he died in a bizarre gardening accident. Like
no, I don't think that's true.
No, it is. Wait. It is true. It's true. He was actually in his backyard. True. He was in his backyard. He was mixing up some chemicals for gardening, and bang, got him.
What? Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. Okay. Absolutely sure. Bizarre gardening accident.
If anyone knows, it's Rossy. So
I'm a little bit worried for trivia now. If that's wow.
So John,
there's nothing that way out. There is a couple of way out ones though.
All right. So John, if someone was to say you sound like X drummer, who would you love that person to be?
Oh God, that's so hard because I'm my harshest critic. I don't know. I've never really thought about it that way because
you probably just play for the song anyway, don't you? I mean, you sound.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I find that like drummers that play to the song like Ringo. I mean, I find myself struggling at times to try and hold back, admittedly. But
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Jeez, yeah, not really any notable ones I can think of.
Well, if it comes to you during the show, just blurt it out. So,
absolutely.
So we'll look forward to that. My question: where did the name come from? Dirty Mindsets.
Blake and John, that's on you guys. That was before we joined.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Okay, so I only really started playing music. I almost dropped music in high school to go into physics because I really wanted to do science. But John walked up to me one day on the field and he's like, "Hey man, you play guitar, right?" I'm like, "Shit, kinda." He's like, "All right, I want you to learn Still Take You Home by Arctic Monkeys. We're going to perform it at the showcase, me and you." I've never talked. I don't think I've ever talked to John at this point. Like maybe conversations. But he's like, "Yeah, you play guitar, right?" I was too embarrassed and too shy to let him down, so I learned it. And since that showcase, we just kept playing together. And we're like, "Shit, we're kind of a band. Like, we should have a name, right?" We were workshopping. There was either Dirty Mindsets or Misguided Dynamite. And John said, "Whichever one we pick, the other one is going to be a song." So,
cool.
Sets, and then our first song we ever wrote, the first song we ever really wrote as a band, excluding Jordan, was Misguided Dynamite.
I like it. I like a bunch of guys who stick to their guns. Stick to your guns, fellas. Well done.
Yeah.
So Dylan and Jordan came later. You didn't all go to school together, or college or whatever.
It was like a bit of a mix. So like me and Jordan went to same primary school and like high school together. And then Blake and John went to the same high school as well. And then me and John actually went to a senior school in year 11 and 12 together. So then I met John, and then he met Jordan through me, and I met Blake through John. And then turns out we were just all, musos that played different instruments. Then we're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's how it came together.
Yeah.
And so your first release was about 6 years ago, is that right? 5-6 years ago?
Give or take.
Yeah. So you've been working at it for a while, yeah?
Yeah.
The lineup's been stable? Lineup's been stable since the four of you got together?
Jordan's been a little touch and go here, but we like
well, he's the bass player. He's thinking, do I want to stay with these guys? Or
there's obviously something better out there for me.
I mean, don't really count the COVID years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan was the last one to join, but if Jordan wasn't in this band, we would be like a mess. We would be completely.
You can absolutely tell that Misguided Dynamite was just three dudes who had no idea what the fuck they were doing.
I want to hear that song now. Is it still in the live set? Is it still in the set?
Yeah. So we actually re-recorded it, and it sounds like a decent now.
Yeah,
we recorded it for the first time. And, this was before I'm Insane, and we had it out the initial time, and it was just dog shit, absolute terrible. and there was no bass at all in it. Like I was just putting it together with like two $30 microphones on GarageBand, and the bass was literally just like I just played the guitar, and then I used this effect on it called monster vocal, which dropped it down an octave. That was it.
Yeah, I know the effect.
yeah, that was it. That was all it was, and it was absolutely rubbish. It was shit.
My guitar part, like my entire guitar part, was pretty much written as a bass part, just because we didn't have one for live sets. And then once we got the bass, we're like, all right, we should probably change it a little bit now.
Oh, you got to. Oh, I can't wait. Hopefully, you'll put that up on the internet.
Well, it's Misguided Dynamite. So the one on Spotify, is that the new one or is that the old version?
That's the new one.
That's the new one. Yeah.
Okay.
So where can we hear the old one?
Oh, hopefully it's off the internet forever.
It's in the archive. Apparently, though, because I was out on iTunes as well, and I know iTunes isn't really a thing anymore. But people who bought it on iTunes initially when it first came out can still listen to it, like the old version.
Yeah.
I was with my uncle and was driving somewhere once, and then he starts playing it. I'm like, it sounds a bit different, and then I realized it was the original version of it. I'm like, oh no, like, this is still out in the world. Fuck me.
But you know what? You guys, I mean, just listening from the songs that I've listened to, starting back from 6 Feet Under and going forward, the progression is like really maturing as songwriters. And these last couple, Paradise and You Need It, which we're going to talk about, I guess, soon, Curly, are just...
Well, you start talking about it. So,
well, You Need It is really different to... I mean, they're both different to the ones that I've listened to that came before. So, like, Paradise is really... I've written down bubblegum punk because it's really real pop punk. I'm a massive
high school.
I'm a massive pop fan. I mean, I love all sorts of music as well. Rossy's more garage, and same with kind of Curly. Although Curly branches out into a whole bunch of weird shit. But
I go to a bit of power pop. I go to a bit of power pop. I go to a bit of metal too. Actually.
Yeah. But I really I love it. You know what it reminded me of? Paradise. It reminded me of. You remember that song, Stacey's Mum?
Everyone says that.
People normally say Bowling for Soup.
Fountains of Wayne, all those sort of bands.
Look, it's all right. It's a good song,
which is the kind of idea that we had in mind when we were writing it. Like that was kind of what was working. I'm like, this sounds mad. That it was just like it reminded us of a lot of their like childhood and like American Pie kind of soundtrack kind of stuff. It was just it's really
nothing wrong with that.
It's really fun song to play because of that reason. Like the vibes that comes with it. It's just it's catchy. It's fun to play and it's easy. So
it's got a little bit of that Australianness in it too, though. Like it's got and Braggy and I both hit on Grinspoon a bit too. You know.
Oh, You Need It. You Need It. It's got a very Grinspoon feel to it, which I love. It's a bit heavier.
Even the crunchy guitar sound. I see you got a Marshall behind you. Well done.
Brown,
Oh, that's actually a fridge.
Oh yeah, I know those fridges.
That one's a fridge. I wish I had a Marshall. Marshall's my dream man. But,
lucky you're not roadieing for them, Rossy. You take the fridge on stage.
I've done that. The Johnnies used to carry a bar fridge.
Oh, did they?
And the rider would be put on stage inside the fridge, and in between songs, they go, bartender, get me a drink.
The The Johnnies were always such a scary band. Yeah. So You Need It and Paradise gives you a really interesting. They're two almost completely different songs coming out of the same band. And I agree, You Need It is a lot heavier, but that Paradise is just American high school movie 101. So you could almost see it in the soundtrack.
And You Need It's obviously a little bit more serious lyric-wise as well. I'm assuming it's I just took it as a song about addiction, just in the title and some of the words. Am I right there? Who writes the lyrics?
Usually
Blakey, the physicist.
Blakey's hiding his head.
All right, so Dylan and Blake are write the lyrics, and
Blake,
then everyone.
Blake mostly. I'm like, I'm okay at writing lyrics if someone starts a song for me, but I can't start a song. You know what I mean? If someone has to have the initial idea and I can feed off that, but I cannot come up with any ideas. It's awful.
Okay.
It's an interesting juxtaposition because songs about addiction sometimes can be songs about love as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I assume, and everyone sees something different in the song. So
interpret it how you do.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never heard the addiction side of it. That's kind of works, I guess.
Wait, which one was more? Paradise or You Need It? You Need It. Yeah, okay. I mean, it kind of is an addiction, I guess.
I thought it was more fighting.
It's starting to make sense now. I see Blakey laughing there.
So what is it about? Let's talk about it. What is the
no.
It's really funny that you said we've been our sound is a lot more mature.
But your lyrics aren't.
That's probably our two most immature songs, at least lyrically. Sonically, I think they're absolutely coming into their own, and we're sort of establishing maybe not like a solid sound for ourselves, but they're like instrumentally they're a lot more mature. But yeah, vocally, lyrically, shit.
But that's all right.
Just remember, never give away what the songs are about. Let people interpret it for themselves. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
We're not releasing that news. That's for us to know. You guys to find out.
But we will buy anybody that comes up to us and tells us the meaning of "You Need a drink." If they can listen,
One person did get it once.
Someone did get it.
Yeah, after one of our gigs, one of my friends, Jasmine, she came up to me.
So what did Jasmine say, Jordan?
She asked what the song was about. She said, "Is it about XYZ?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it is."
Nice try, Curly. Well done. Yeah, that works. That's worked
Curly.
other times, that one.
Such a beautiful thing, yeah, we made it. We fight and we win a war. Salvation, it's no surprise when you're pushing that boulder through a needle's eye wall.
And yeah, Paradise is probably my favorite, but that is it the demo version of I'm Insane? That's got that little bit of swing to it happening, a little bit of reggae almost.
That was also one before we had Jordan as well that we wrote. We're in the middle of re-recording it in a better quality way. So that's why I changed the name to demo version because it sounds shit. So it used to be.
Dylan, you're obviously quality control in the band.
Well, I'm the one that records them. So,
okay.
So when now like come as far as I have when doing recording and stuff and listening to the old shit, it's just embarrassing. You know what I mean? it's embarrassing quality. So I just we deleted the initial version of Misguided Dynamite, and now I'm Insane just as demo version because it's got strings and people like it. So I want to keep it there for now anyway, and just come out with a better version eventually.
So you just record at home? You got a home studio?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's pretty much here now. Pretty much here. Mine, like got the microphone and guitars.
The SM7B was the giveaway that you're the quality guy.
Yeah, got this one and.
The vocal mic Quincy Jones recommended.
Yeah, it's good mic. It's good. And it's like
use that on Thriller, you know.
Yeah.
You got a cloud lifter?
No, that's what I need though. That's what I need. I need the cloud lifter.
Yeah, just get the 25 dB because it's pretty low gain, right?
Exactly. Yeah, like you have to turn it up a fair bit to like say if recording like an acoustic track and all that. It's just you hear that shh in the background.
Floor noise.
Yeah. So I need to get
got one too.
Curly, it's going over my head now.
Okay. With the Shure SM7B, it's a dynamic mic, right? And the way that to get the best result out, you put a preamp in there. It's like a 25 dB preamp, and the cloud lifter is the main preamp. You put it in line, and then all of a sudden, the gain of the microphone lifts, and you get the magic of the SM7B out of it.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah. Fully understood that. Ross.
I got about half of it.
Did you know what I'm talking about, Dylan, right?
Oh, I get you. Yeah,
good. That's all that matters.
All right. So tell us about your live set. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What are the fans that show up? What do they get out of it? And I guess where do you play? Is it purely out in the West, or is it you do a bit of inner city stuff as well?
It's mostly inner city stuff. There's not really many places out west, but there's like one venue in Penrith that we played at like twice now. Elton Chong, yeah. Yeah. So that's a really good venue. It's just tiny, but it's good because all our mates can come. But it's mostly inner city kind of gigs. We've been doing forever. But the most common one that I've heard is like our energy is a big thing that people say. We just kind of like to have fun. We don't take it too seriously. We have a laugh on stage and we just like act like we're just hanging out, like but with the people that are watching. Kind of thing. And I think people appreciate that. It's more comfortable for them than like us being like real serious on stage because like we're not serious guys, you know what I mean? So if we're trying to be serious, I think uncomfortable for everyone. So
what are you doing, like Kelly's and the Duke and all those sort of places, or where are you playing?
Duke of Enmore. We've done Kelly's once or twice. We played
Mosh Pit a few times.
For a while, but Mosh Pit, played
Mosh
there.
Pit,
and the one across the road, Bonnyview Hotel.
Bonnyview. All right, so explains like that's kind of that inner city scene, really. Although all those sort of venues,
Enmore, Erskineville.
So who you been playing with? Anyone we like?
I play with heaps of bands.
Who do you guys like? Who do you guys like out of the bands you play with?
Love Radicals. They're probably on my my two favorite people I play with are Radicals and Wicked Things.
Okay, I know Wicked Things.
Yeah. So they're my top two for me. Love as people and bands as well.
What they're called? There was a duo that we played with once. Don't Praise the Machine. They were really good.
They were fun.
Them. Yeah, it was like a bassist and a drummer. It was just them two. Wow.
They're from Wollongong. Those two.
And they came
a lot of those two-piece bands around. It's because it's cheaper, I think. It's easier to get two people in the car with the stage gear, right?
It's true, though. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I was just thinking about you guys saying, you have fun and I think one of the traits of Australian bands, and it's probably because of the culture we have, not letting anyone get too up themselves, is just to take the piss out of yourself. Hence the lyrics, Blakey, So That's
Get
I think
to
that's
it
just
first.
it's just part of being an Australian band. I think you get too puncy. Yeah.
Get up in you, they'll catch you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
they'll
that.
get you. They'll get you if you think
I've
you're
seen
better than
it
you really are.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a break and let's do some trivia, shall we? So boys, if you've got a piece of paper and a pen beside you, just write down some stuff as we go. We're going. It's a honor system.
It's only 10 questions. They're all pretty tricky. They're all pretty tricky.
Yeah.
All I do, boys, is I just try and stump Rossy. That's why I make it so hard.
And what we normally do is we add up the guests, and see if it beats Rossy. So the whole aim is between the four of you.
I think it should be Rossy and Curly versus the band. Because Curly, you won't get many.
I always come last. So.
Coming last ain't a bad thing.
No.
Okay. I'll tell you something. You guys, you'll learn something from these quizzes tonight. You'll learn. Even Rossy might learn something.
I might learn something. I've got a lot to learn, I tell you.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Midnight Oil's song "Blue Sky Mining," what were they actually mining? Do you know what that song's about? What the mine was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've got some educated people in this band, though, so I'm thinking they might get a few more of these.
Yeah.
In what city was Crowded House formed?
Oh. Yeah, I think it's the first time we've ever had a physicist on the show, so
it's cool. Okay. Question 3. 12 Bar Brews is the first album by which Australian psychedelic rock band? 12 Bar Brews. Great name for an album.
Yeah, it is. It is. And a mini brewery.
Which Australian psychedelic rock band?
I only know one psychedelic rock band. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know any Aussie ones.
Yeah, these are all Australian questions, by the way. Almost. Yeah, they all relate to Australia. Absolutely.
Okay.
What band headlined the first Big Day Out in 1992? These poor guys probably weren't even born.
No, we're all 98, 99 babies.
Yeah, but you had dads. 2 of you had dads and granddads that were playing shit.
There's an Aussie band.
Wasn't an Aussie band, no. I need to guess your clue. Wasn't an Aussie band that headlined the first Big Day Out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, question 5. Oh, fuck, this is my favorite question. The McDonald's located at 45 Darlinghurst Street in King's Cross is famous. Why? Why is that famous? Good question, Rossy.
Oh, good question.
Did Rossy lose his virginity then?
It wasn't
that
built
McDonald's
then.
wasn't in Australia. McDonald's wasn't in Australia when Rossy lost his virginity. Probably wasn't even in America.
All right. Okay.
Okay, that was 5. Question 6. Which Aussie punk band met in music class at St. Teresa's Catholic College in Noosaville, Queensland?
Oh my God. Punk Aussie.
Queenslanders. That's a rip. That's an unfair advantage some people have.
Oh God.
Yeah, what the hell?
St. Teresa's. They all met at St. Teresa's Catholic College in Noosaville.
It was a punk band.
It's a punk band. Absolutely.
Punk band.
Punk band. Yep.
I've got a song in my mind, but I can't think of the band that wrote it. Sang it.
Okay. Number 7. This might be a hard one for the younger ones. Mick Turner, Jim White, and Warren Ellis are members of which legendary Australian 3-piece touring at the moment? I think I might go and catch them at the Gov when they get to Adelaide. Mick Turner, Jim White, and Warren Ellis. What legendary Australian three-piece? That might struggle. Oh, this is my second favourite question, Rossy. Question 8.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
In the song "You're the Voice" by Johnny Farnham, right?
Yeah.
What was recorded as a replacement for the kick drum in the song's intro?
Oh shit!
And now, when you go back and listen to that song, you'll never listen to it the same again. What was recorded as a replacement for the kick drum in the intro of Johnny Farnham's "You're the Voice"?
I thought you were going to ask about the panpipes replacing the bagpipes.
No, I wasn't going to ask about that.
I reckon it's the banjo. So
good work.
Okay, question 9. In 1973, Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs were the first rock band to play at which iconic Sydney venue?
I got it.
1973, Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs were the first rock band to play it. See, I tried to make it a little bit Sydney-centric.
Yeah. I got that
Even though it's Sydney. Yeah. And the last one, which rock band from Lismore took their name from a professor of psychiatry at Harvard University who supported marijuana for medical use?
Can you repeat that question?
Which rock band from Lismore? That kind of gives it away, I think. If you guys know any rock bands from Lismore, which rock band from Lismore took their name from a professor of psychiatry at Harvard University who supported marijuana for medical use? Back in the early 70s. He did that, but the band's not from then. Okay, ready for answers?
Yes. I think I need them.
I think I've got
okay.
0 out of 10.
Okay. First one was asbestos.
Asbestos.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking imagine mining that shit. How fucking
yeah.
How do people get away with that shit?
I didn't know it came from a lion, to be honest.
Crowded House were formed in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yep.
I got one.
Yeah. 12 Bar Brews is the first album by King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard.
Oh,
well done, Blakey. Violent Femmes.
Yes, and Nirvana supported them. Nirvana supported. Yeah.
And that was just a freaky thing because Nirvana had just released Nevermind, but they were touring on Bleach.
Yeah.
And then Nevermind exploded, and they still committed to the Australian gigs.
Yeah,
so that's what really kicked the big day out off, don't you think?
Kelly? Yeah, it was.
Just getting the Jaggers
the same thing happened to the Cult with the Electric album.
There you go.
Or here.
Yeah. They were touring here when it broke. Yeah, absolutely.
We heard that. We heard they were wankers, didn't we?
From Mick. One of the best gigs I ever went to was Violent Femmes at East Leagues Club. It was just
they used to play in Brisbane all the time. You go to Brisbane, and every DJ would play Blister in the Sun every night.
But one of the big things that I've got to give the Femmes the world's greatest credit. They played at Day on the Green at Cirame probably 5 years ago now, and it was great. It was a great day. And they come on stage and they just launch straight into Blister in the Sun.
Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. It was just amazing. And the crowd just went off. And then all of a sudden you could see some people looking at each other and saying, oh, what else do they play?
What's cool about them is they used to busk a lot when they'd be in any city. They just go and play on street corners and stuff, which is what Crowded House did too, which made Crowded House very successful.
Yeah. Okay. The McDonald's boys in Darlinghurst, 45 Darlinghurst, used to be called Sweethearts Coffee. That's what Chisel wrote the song Breakfast and Sweethearts about.
Right. See, I had the other thing. Do you know who owned it? Do you know who owned it?
No.
Ron Coote, the footballer.
Oh, did he?
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the answer I was looking for. Sorry, Rossy.
No, so I don't get that. Sorry. Do I get a bonus point for that? No.
I think you should.
It's music quiz, not footy quiz.
Yeah, I know.
The chats are from Noosaville.
Yep, I know that.
Oh, the fuck!
I'm thinking old.
Why? Because I look up because I'm old.
No, of course not.
This one's an old one. Mick Turner, Jim White, and Warren Ellis are the Dirty Three. Fuck, it's a kill. If you're into that shit, boys, it's amazing.
I am doing so, Paul. And just on a side note, there's a reformation of the Saints of sorts.
That's right, with Mark Arm. Mark Arm's in the band.
Yeah,
and Peter Oxley.
I'm not sure how people feel about that, seeing we lost Chris Bailey just 12 months ago.
Yeah,
and now
it's Ed and Ivor.
Yeah.
Ivor.
So
Ivor's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and what's it going? Who's going to be the vocals? Because
Mark Arm from Mudhoney.
Yeah, okay.
The singer from Mudhoney.
From Mudhoney. Wow, that's old school.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he also did the MC5 reunion as well.
Oh. Yeah. That's probably going to be something that I go and see. But
someone else is in the band as well. Someone else.
Yeah, it's a 4-piece, I think. Yeah,
5-piece.
5-piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sorry, Braggy.
That's all right. Yeah. You boys reminisce, you know.
Yeah.
I got this one.
In You're the Voice, it's actually a car door slamming.
Car door.
And that I thought, what? And then I listened to it this afternoon. I went, oh fuck, it's a fucking car.
It's a car door.
Yep. It's a car door slamming in a garage.
Farnham recorded it at home in his garage.
Yeah,
the whole record was recorded in his garage at home with
Dylan.
David Hirschfelder, the keyboard player.
So did one of the boys get that?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Hey.
I see.
We said
solid zero.
Okay. Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs were the first rock band to play at the Opera House.
The Opera House.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a live album, I think.
I definitely got zero because I don't have an answer for the last one.
It's Grinspoon.
Grinspoon.
Dr. Grinspoon was a professor at Harvard in the early 70s who
I'm trying to think of
had already figured out that marijuana was good for your brain in some ways.
Did you get 10?
Oh, bullshit, Rossy. 9.
Whoa.
And the only one I didn't get was Ron Coote.
Yeah, okay. So that's really good because I got 0. So
you're going to beat, boys, you're going to beat 9 between you.
I got one.
They're pretty smart. 1, 2. Come on, John. 4.
2.
4.
Oh, well.
But great effort, guys. Great effort. So
I feel like Queensland in the state of origin. Now
you learnt 2 things in there. Every time you go to the Cross now, you'll look at that McDonald's and you go, Chisel used to go and have a coffee there after the gig.
Yeah. And
then every time fucking Johnny Farn comes on the radio, you'll say to the person, that's a fucking car door.
I watched that Barnum documentary the other day. It was really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Is he doing better now? Like I heard that he had a bit of a health scare recently.
Yeah, he's not well. He's got mouth cancer. So
he lived everyone thinks he was like a kind of a nicer sort of guy, but he drank and freaking smoked cigars, wasn't it?
Jeez.
Yeah.
I remember hearing a story about when when him and Barnsley did a song together.
Yes. Yeah.
Him and Barnsley, what was that song they recorded together? And
Something's
Barnsley was really Barnsley was really nervous because Farnham was a bit of a hero for Barnsley singing wise.
He was,
And Barnsley was really, really nervous about going to get to the studio to record with him. And so he stayed off the piss for like 2 weeks beforehand. He got to the studio and Johnny Farnham was drinking straight fucking vodka and smoking his big cigars before the...
So Jimmy was like, right at home.
Yeah, Jimmy's like, okay.
All right. So I've added some of your songs to the Unfiltered Undiscovered playlist. So you might get 1 or 2 extra listens out of that. So, but
Sweet, better than nothing.
But is it 6 feet under, or is that the way I say it, or 6 under? That's a nut.
6 feet under, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool sort of a tune as well. So my favorite's got to be Paradise. I'm Insane is just something that it's another one of those songs that you don't necessarily hear the words I'm insane until right at the end, Braggy. So
Yes.
yeah, and then
What I want to know is, are you guys? Is there more? Is there more? Are you thinking a little EP or you? Oh, by the way, I really love your fucking homemade artwork on the covers of these things as well.
Yeah,
it's really it's really cool. Work? Yeah, I really love. I love the way you're taking the piss as well. It's again, Blakey, like we said, you can make fun of yourselves. It's cool. Who comes up with that?
All of us, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's made like one or two different versions. Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been awkward, Braggy, if they said, "Oh, we pay a marketing agency"?
No, I can tell. See that the definition of punk is to do it. Is what Rossy always says. Is just doing it yourself. That's how. That's why punk started. You do it yourself. Yeah, so we're going to have an EP. It's going to have some more singles. Is there more on the way? What's the go?
That is the plan, but that has also been the plan for a very long time. It's also executing that plan is what we struggle to do.
Look, it takes a long time to get stuff to market, to get it through the process and record it and get it out there. It takes ages. It's hard work.
Not easy.
Yeah, there's definitely more singles coming this year.
Okay.
And that's the model, isn't it?
Not the EP, I think that's a bit
dropping singles. If you drop a single and then promote the hell out of it, it's better than dropping 5 songs and promoting 1 song and then wasting 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about the way the music thing is now? Do you think you're just going to keep putting out singles, or do you think there is still place for an album of song, like a bigger artwork?
We would like to in the future we would like to get to that point, but at the moment it's just not one of those things that are really that achievable for us, kind of thing. Not because we can't write an album's worth of songs. It's more so the time. You know what I mean? It's just like all of us have like all of us are studying / working full time, and it's just trying to find the time and money as well to do any of that is hard. You know what I mean? Like we write a song every now and then, and we have heaps of ideas that never actually go off into songs because we have a band practice and we start writing a song like, this is great, and then we're all busy for the next 2 months and we come back to it like, what were we doing? What were we writing, kind of thing, and then we're only having a band practice because we're about to have a gig, and so it's a bit hard in that sense, but I would love to, but time is a massive factor.
But you guys are playing Elton Chong again soon. What else you got on the horizon?
I'm going to Barrel soon. That's going to be fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you playing at Barrel? Because my brother lives in Barrel.
Yeah, we're going to Barrel Bowling Club.
And what's the event?
Barrel Bloody Bowlo.
Just Friday night. Yeah. He just messaged us, they emailed us and asked us to do a 2-hour set.
Barrel Bowlo.
Yeah.
When's that on?
That's in September. September 5th, I think.
Awesome.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll let my brother.
So we're going to play a shitload of covers, I guess.
What covers?
2
Green
hours.
Day covers.
Oh no, I still refuse to play Green Day live.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to cover? What's your best cover?
Lately, like it's been like we've stopped playing it because we kind of got sick of playing it. But Bulls on Parade was big for us for a while.
Yeah, okay.
That was like people responded to that one pretty well, and it used to be I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor by Arctic Monkeys. Like, they've probably been our 2 biggest ones and like most popular. Like we played a big bunch of them, but they've probably been our 2 biggest ones. But obviously, it's one of those things that it's like, people get a good response. Like you get a good response about other people for it, so you play it and play it and play it. Now it's just like, this song again.
I understand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Something funny. When I was listening to your stuff on Sunday, I was in the office and the song "I Want It All" came on, and halfway through it, that's got a little bit of a repetitive hook. And my wife comes in. Now, my wife doesn't necessarily like a lot of the music that I like, and she said, "Tony, I think they want it all." So, just, and it was just the way she said it. I thought, oh well, at least it's imprinted now in her brain. So.
I like
it stuck.
I like some of the little studio banter before some of the songs that start as well. That's pretty cool. I wrote that down as well today.
Yeah, that's mostly John that does that.
Yeah. It's just I think there was a few. I don't remember if it made the actual recording, but there were some offhanded comments I had made just over a recording session, and
just left them in.
Yeah, just left them in. Yeah, I'm not sure where those went. Yeah.
They'll be in there somewhere. Sometimes you can't hear them in certain speakers, and then you listen to it on your phone or something like really trebly, and it's like, oh, I forgot that was in there.
It's a funny thing. I remember listening to the albums, Rossy, like even like Beatles albums or Stones or Status Quo or any of that stuff that I was listening to when I was really, really young. I always loved those little insights into the. It was always magical to me, yeah. Like how these guys were recording this stuff. And those little
in One It All, there's a part in there because like the boys are doing the backing vocals, and I left it in there. Like the boys are going, "I want it all" in the background, and then like just before we do that, John just like screams like "Wall of Death" right in the middle of the microphone, and like as it's building up, so you can't hear it unless you're like listening for it, but it's in there. And it kind of actually helps to build up before that last chorus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever heard of this.
Okay. It's in there. It's in there. Man. You just go into the microphone.
Easter egg. It's an Easter egg.
It's an Easter egg. Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's in the song.
Just wanna hear the line. Now you gotta feel it's time to be cleaning from the fancy demons hanging from my ceiling. I want it, I need it, and you can fucking need it now. I want it all, I want it all. 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 Dumb, beat me deaf, and beat me till there's nothing left. I won't take nothing less, so come a motherfucker. Take away my money, take away my pride, and take me while I'm down and leave me nothing left inside. Release me from this prison, the one I call my mind. Take me. I want it all, I want it all. I want it all, I want it all. I want it all, I want it all.
harmonies actually really work too, just quietly. It's
yeah, that's
very much
that's
so.
good to hear. Some harmonies. That's the thing that's
normally there's a reliance on guitars, but the vocal harmonies seem to work. And, and you guys must have influenced my wife, because she was sharing with me today some death metal band that she was listening to. Now, Braggy, you know Sharon, she doesn't listen to death metal, but it was a cover version of Amazing Grace from I've forgotten the name of the band, but I'm just thinking, my God, what have dirty mindsets done to my wife? So
you should thank them for giving you should thank them for giving your wife a dirty mindset.
Yeah, I could check that. All right, guys. We finish off normally with one of Rossy's backstage stories. So he's always got a bit of something to share from the old days. So, but while he's thinking, I always seem to put him on the spot. But while he's thinking, it's been great chatting with you. I actually really love the music. It just reminds me of the bands that I used to pop in and see. Yeah, and I can see a gig with the Dirty Mindsets and Lizzie Jack from Wollongong, you know. So we're starting to.
We've played with them.
Oh, you played with them?
Have you?
Yeah.
Down at La La La's?
Yeah, La La La's, yeah.
La La La's, yeah.
And Mosh Pit too.
And Mosh Pit, yeah. We played with them a couple of times, actually, yeah.
La La La's is fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's so good. Too big for us, though.
So I was visualizing something that's already fucking happened. So is there any video of the event, guys?
Probably. It was a while ago. It was 2 years ago, but probably scraped something up from somewhere.
Probably. It's just like post-COVID, pre-COVID, sorry.
Yeah, just the other thing I want to mention, your TikTok game. Pretty on spot. I love it. And that's obviously how we connected via TikTok. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh my God, it's crap what we put out, but it gets noticed, and the TikTok algorithm sent it our way, which is
people love crap. People love shit.
TikTok doesn't necessarily like it if it's really polished, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You get more engagement if it's not.
Exactly. That's just doing something, but to make like a stupid 10, 15-second video, and it's just dumb. Like, people like that brain rot, you know what I mean? And it's just
I love brain rot.
Yeah.
Me too. I love it too.
Yeah. I mean, people don't want to have to think, you know what I mean? I'll just do stupid shit, and they enjoy it. That's why we hang out with each other, because we all just do stupid shit, and we love it. Yeah, so
that's going to be our next EP. It's going to be a death metal.
Except Blakey's doing physics. That's not stupid.
No.
Oh well, I tried, but they didn't run it because I was the only person in the school to pick it. So I had to look at me.
So the smart one, but the bass player is important. Yeah,
that's right.
All right, Rossy, what's your backstage story?
Look, I can't look. There's a lot of different ones. I just remember one night we were playing at. I was working for a band, and we were playing at the old Salinas in Sydney.
What band?
And
you never give away the bands. Come on.
Who might have this been? Look, by default, I'm going to say it was Mick. So I was doing the Tribesmen, right?
Yeah,
right. But it couldn't have been them. Couldn't have been them, because what I did, I wouldn't have done for the Tribesmen. So what happened is the lead singer's been flipping his mic stand over, and I'm running over and topping it back up. And he's singing, he throws it over his shoulder, and I'll go and put it back in the middle of the stage. Anyway, he's pegged it down one side. Yeah, sometimes it does. So I've run over. I've gone really quickly. I've picked it, I've set it up straight. I've run to the other side of the stage. The problem with Salinas, though, is that it had this like a balcony all the way round, right? And as I've run to the other side of the stage, I've clipped my head on the concrete above the balcony above, and my legs went out from underneath me, and I rolled down 3 sets of risers down to the floor of the stage, like, cuckoo, landed on my feet, ran straight back around to the other side of the stage, and got back to my post straight away without anyone noticing. I think I may have knocked myself out, but I'm not sure.
No blood, Rossy.
Nah.
You probably had hair in those days.
Well, that's where it went. That's where it went, Curly. That's where it went. But yeah, like I just ran and like it was like that, and it just went bang.
Yeah, there's so many stories about people being nailed by low stages, and the one about the Malula Bar Hotel with Doc Neeson that knocked himself out one night. The Angels were playing there, so
I've seen that happen so many times. I remember doing Villanusa one night, the guitar player from the Hitmen. He's playing, he's taking a step back, but there was no stage there, and he's just going, oh, how we laughed. Oh, how I laughed. He still talks about it.
Yeah, I fell into the crowd once. That was funny. It was, we're playing at Wollongong, and I had a few drinks and that, and so I had the people watching. You know what I mean? It was like just uni students there. And then there was this, it was just a group of girls at the front, kind of thing. And it was like a break when I was playing, and the
you're like going,
the stage was only like that high off the ground. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it wasn't a big fall, but it's a wooden floor, and like everyone was dancing and stuff, and obviously people were just spilling their drinks all over the wooden floor. So I kind of jumped down off stage and turn around, and I fall straight back into this line of people. When I say I fell into them, I fell. They stepped back, so I went straight in my back with my guitar in hand. And
is your guitar okay?
It was fine. It was fine. I kept playing to try and play it off cool, but it was definitely not cool. It was.
Did any girls check to see if you're okay later?
Yeah, later they did. Later they did, but I was too embarrassed to even try and speak to them anymore. So
I meant the other time you fell off the stage when you took my bloody lead out of my bass amp at the same time. You're in,
there's a pattern happening here, Dylan.
The band would have been lost without the bass.
Do you remember that in
I know.
in Carrying Bar?
Carrying Bar?
I remember doing that. I remember almost ripping my amp off stage because I was really drunk and tried to walk off stage with my guitar still plugged into the amp. That was at like our fourth gig, and Blake was really stressed because I got really drunk. I got really, really drunk because there's a lot of people there, and Blake wasn't drunk at all, and he was stressing about how drunk I was because there's heaps of people there, and that was definitely the most drunk I've been at a gig. And,
it's a fine line. It's a fine line. A couple of drinks is okay.
Yeah,
my
magic number is 2 to 4, and that's it.
Yeah. I fished an ARIA award-winning guitar player out of a dumpster out the back of La Rocks in Adelaide one night.
Why didn't you tell that story tonight?
Yeah, because that story can't be told.
Well, we need names, Rossy.
He just did. So, and I've just seen Blake go all cringy once we started rehashing the. You revisited it. That oh my God, we've triggered him. But all right, so
I think we're having a band meeting. We're going to have a band meeting after this.
An intervention or something. So, hey, guys, it's been awesome having you on the show. We've really, really loved it. So, where can people find you? Where's the best place to see the Dirty Mindsets?
On Spotify and Instagram, really. If they want to see us, they go to Instagram. If they want to hear us, they go to Spotify.
Yeah. If they want to see dumb shit, TikTok.
Like brain rot and dumb shit.
Or Barrel in September.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome, Chong when?
July 6th, I think.
6th of
early July.
Yeah, 6th of July.
So that's out in Penrith, right?
Yeah, Elton Chong.
Awesome.
Has there been? Is it? Why is the reason that there's not as? There used to be more venues out in Penrith, didn't there, Rossy?
They're pretty big in the old days. Like the old Panthers used to be massive for shows. They used to do lots of rock shows in the back of Panthers there. And there was a few, there's always been a few little places, but all the way through to Parramatta and all through there used to be a lot more gigs,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not much now. Unless you're like a cover band really.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is it just covers now? Is it? Yeah, that's a shame.
Well, one of the venues got shut down because of a noise complaint from the closer residential areas.
Which venue was that?
That was High Street Social.
High Street Social. There's an interesting story there, wasn't there? Yeah. Yeah, that was a good room actually. It was a good room.
Yeah. We're really keen to play there. We spent money on posters and hung them up, and they told us like literally that was the day before. That it was like right before, and we're like, we told all our friends and all that because I was going to be our first Penrith show because we
would have been massive.
Hadn't really
walking around in 40 degree heat, putting up posters around Penrith.
Yeah.
That. And then day before. Oh, sorry guys.
Uncool.
That's okay. We have Elton Chong now.
Yeah. Elton Chong's a good room. I've got a mate of mine plays in a metal band, plays out there a fair bit, and they love it. They really, really love that place.
Yeah, it's good. And the staff there are really they're awesome as well. They're really friendly. So they come up there, remember us. They come up and give us a hug and all that. You know what I mean? And it's just
that's what you want to hear. That's good.
Yeah, it's good, and it's a real nice venue to play at. So
Yeah, Rossy gets those granddad hugs, don't you, mate? It's a slightly different hug these days, isn't it? So, all righty, let's wind this up. So, if you've enjoyed listening to the guys, and of course we'll edit some of their music in during the show. So, if you've loved that, check them out on Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. We found them via TikTok. It's been awesome speaking with you. If you've enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe. Leave a review. We are the original podcast talking to undiscovered bands. There's a lot of imitators out there now who admittedly do a really good job. So anyone who's out there promoting unsigned, undiscovered artists is doing a great thing. So, but we were the OGs, so don't ever forget that. So you'll see us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We don't do much on either of those platforms, but we're there.
You'll see us there.
Yeah. Check us out at our website, Unfiltered Undiscovered. Every song we talk about is in our Unfiltered Undiscovered playlist on Spotify. We're now at 367 songs on that playlist, so more than a day's worth. And no lyrics from the playlist, but I just want to say, how good were Wagon Wheels? Until next week, we'll see you then.
See you around.
Yeah.
Life has been so boring, and everything feels strange. How could you want to stay? I just want to escape. Take myself to a place where I'm sipping sangria with Mia. I really wanna meet you in Havana with Lana. Vina gets it started and Riley can find me sitting so highly today. And I'll be drinking shandies with Brandy, sweet as cotton candy, but even sweeter, easily a keeper. And Lacey and Bella make me feel salad today. I'm with you, looking out at the view, trying something new, like Johnny taught me to do. Yeah, no, I don't even care if you wanna share, as long as you meet me there.
Jojo.
How are you, mate? How are you?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right. Nice to meet you.
They're asking you questions before you're sitting there like,
oh.
No, what you don't know is this is a pre-recorded video. Actually, I'm actually at the pub at the moment.
He is from Penrith.
The things they were saying about you, Joji. The things they were saying.
We wouldn't let him. We wouldn't let him.
So is it Joji or Juju? What do we? How do we
whatever
say?
You want. Whatever you want. No, it's actually John.
Okay,
yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. It's a lot more boring than that. So yeah, it's John. Yeah,
and you're a blue as well, I take it. So we've got 5 blues against 2 maroons.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
I reckon we could take him, Curly.
I don't think you. So leading up to it, you haven't shown enough form to do that.
True. I was a shit rugby league player.
So the other thing, boys, halfway through the show, we stop for Braggy's trivia. And usually the guests gang up against Rossy. So Rossy's like the Glenn A. Baker of knows everything. So
it's a very hard quiz.
No,
So
we're gonna lose. It's fine.
That's all right. Like if you get 5, I'd be really 5 out of 10. I'll be very impressed.
Okay, let me test their knowledge. How many premierships have the Panthers won in a row?
They got 3 in a row.
Oh, see, yep, you'll be fine.
Okay, close to, it could very well be that actually. Yeah, looking pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
They're doing well, and they haven't even got Nathan Cleary in the side at the moment.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So, all righty.